That major thing that everyone sort of has issues with the mask is fogging. So we're going back to what we're talking about. If you can't see, you can't play. So we'll go over a few things that cause fogging, and what you can do to try and prevent it. Now, nothing will completely prevent fogging.
No.
Not with all the experience we've had. We've never seen a mask that absolutely won't fog on everybody.
Like a day like today, not likely that you will fog.
No, it's not very humid. Dry, but it's perfect.
If we're playing in the humid conditions like a bush, just staying still quite a lot, you have the possibility of fog.
Staying still, you have people that tend to sit a long time and don't move,
but that's how they play.
Yeah.
So there's things you can wear. Obviously, not what I'm wearing on my face would help. There's things that can help prevent fogging. Obviously, a good quality mask with a good quality lens, being thermal, that's a good start.
So thermal lens, just quickly to go. Just to touch on that, it has two layers here. So there's one layer and then an inside layer with a few millimeters in between, and that few millimeters just allows for a little bit of air to sit in there, which is just going to delay the time when it's hot in your mask. Cooler out here, that causes the fog, so that layer in between helps prevent that.
That is Dr. Dave's scientific explanation of it.
Different brands of lenses. I know some have a bigger gap than others. The i4's got quite a good sort of a 3 or 4 millimeters, but I've seen some that are a little bit thinner and don't tend to work as well.
One thing that we have to remind you, that most new lenses will have this little film on it.
Yeah, there's
take it off.
Here. I've seen many guys playing their first game going, man, this $200 mask sucks, I can't see anything.
I can't see
And it's because they haven't taken that off and it's not working.
For myself, I have about 2 or 3 lenses, a titanium style lens, a smoke, and a clear HD, a lie got 4. For us, we obviously want to look cool. I don't care, but it's more to do with having the right lens for where you're playing. That's the biggest thing. A single lens, it is hard to tell with this on. There's no dual layer. There's no pocket of air. Okay, so it's just a lens and that's it. So that's why heat coming from your eyes, your face, your mouth, it will fog. Okay, that's why you go thermal. Handy tips to help prevent fogging. We're not going to say it will stop. Being my size, 125 kilos, doesn't help. So being a little bit skinnier and fit, being a suitable fitness will help, because I'll sweat and I'm dying in it.
It's the sweating, all the breathing, it's all that heat you're generating.
Yep.
But he's right, when a lot of the heat does come out from your eyes.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't think so, but it does.
It's trying to escape, so let it escape. These vents are here are very important. Don't block them up.
Yeah.
With this visor that's over the top here, it still has lots of space for the vents to work, but things like helmets and beanies and caps covering too much of the venting, that's going to prevent the vents from doing their job.
So the mask can't do its job. So if we're talking about stuff that's going to help prevent, it's good old camo meat headband. This is just a good starting point for a lot of people. You've got this soft towely part to help absorb the sweat. So obviously, wear it on your head. That will help prevent sweat getting into your mask and help prevent fogging.
It also catches, just while we're on that, on something like an i4 that sits quite low, it just protects that forehead just a little bit when you get those stray shots to get you in there.
Same thing with a head wrap. The only difference is that you've got this, mesh part.
Veil. The veil doesn't really do a lot.
Just stops the sun getting on your neck.
It keeps the sun off you. It tends to keep all your hair and everything down, I guess. I always like to wear a head wrap, but as you'll see a lot of speedballers do, is the old double up.
Yeah.
So start with one. That's going to protect that sweat, and then for extra protection on my forehead, I'm going to go a double, and that will sit quite nicely like that. Something like that, and then the mask will sit nicely over the top. Oh, so nice and protected there.
No need for shemag or neck protection when you got a beard.
Yeah. Now some of these masks have chin straps. Not my thing. I always tend to take them out. Most of them pop out, but some guys do keep them in there.
Shemag, obviously really popular with Wilson players. Once again, this can go on your head, or it can go around your neck as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys just wear it as a scarf, but there is a kind of a proper way to tie that.
We can't do it.
Maybe that's another video.
But that's just another thing you can use to help absorb sweat.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
Keeps the heat off you as well, but in a lot of extra protection, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got your baseball cap. We've got
our baseball cap. You know, can quite often work.
This one absorbs sweat. It'll protect your head more from hits. Same with the beanie.
Yeah.
It'll still be pretty hot.
What's great about the little boonie cap though, I'll often use this when it rains. So I like the i4. It doesn't have a visor. If it rains, the water gets straight down in there. It's really, really annoying. So just quickly to show you, a combination of this with this can work quite well. That's just still going to let the vents work. Sorry, still going to allow the vents to work, but keep the rain from dripping into your mask there. A good one that a lot of people are doing out there to prevent fogging is installing a fan. So that's kind of like an extractor fan to pull the heat out of the mask. Yep. I had one sitting over here. Now, you can get some, they make a fan that fits in the JT Spectra like this. It fits, there's a little hole there for the button. I don't have one in here, but if I pull this off, it actually fits nicely under there and helps extract the heat. Otherwise, what a lot of guys do is just buy a really simple little PC computer fan. Try and get something that's quite high quality and a ball bearing silent one. Can you get up to a 9-volt battery? They'll cable tie this somehow into their mask. Generally
it goes under the peak.
Under the peak there, right over the vents, to try and pull that hot air out.
So
and
the point of
it really works.
Yeah, the point of a fan, really, it's just going to be airflow, and that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to just move all that hot air about to try and get it out of the mask. Once again, that's a good upgrade for one of these masks. If this is your budget, a fan's a good option.
I've never needed a fan for my i4.
No.
I have seen a couple of guys use them, but you tend to find, look, a big one to break it down is that the heat's trying to get out. So the more you stuff on your head,
it's not going to get out.
You're holding that heat in. The more you cover yourself up, the hotter it is. So getting something to pull it out is going to work. Now something like this is obviously not at all suitable, where heat is just going to sit inside there and it's not going to be able to go anywhere. Something like this, we're getting there, we're covering it up, but we've got some venting in there. But I know from experience, a fan goes a long way.
Our mate Ant-Man, he's got a couple fans in here. And
really nice fans. He went and spent some good money and got some really nice, dead silent. It's kind of like air conditioning in his head, so good on for that one.
Really, to a lot of people, like, so yeah, a fan's a, I'll tell you now, if I'm sitting in the bush and I hear a fan, I'll shoot you. It's like, thanks, you just told me where you were.
Just put on the topic of unsuitable. Again, this is obviously an unsuitable mask. This is an airsoft mask where this is not rated for paintballs. Paintballs could smash right through this plastic, we don't know.
Go through
these grill mesh lenses. Paint straight in your eye could be really damaging. So it's important not to wear stuff like this
don't be fooled.
for paintball. Airsoft is a little different, but make sure it's whatever mask you're buying
is rated
for
paintball. We have found that a few places have been selling these airsoft masks as paintball masks. They ain't paintball masks, man. The last thing we want. The last thing we want is obviously anyone getting hurt, and the people who sell them are just stupid.
Okay, so this was a cool little gift from my friend Grant Dickinson at Warzone Paintball. This is an original.
This is how far we've
back
come.
in the 80s paintball mask.
Shall I shoot Dave in the face?
So, actually, kind of better than what I've seen some old school paintball pictures where guys were just rocking around with goggles. At least there's some mouth protection, but it's come a long way.